And welcome again, everyone, to another edition of the BIS podcast, broadcasting live on the Marvin Network, where our goal is to bring you updates in local government technology and to mix in a little bit of fun as well. And we have a newbie on today's podcast, one of our new employees at BIS. He actually just passed his 90 days a couple of days ago with us, and that is Tejo, one of our new IT guys on the staff. And Tejo, it's great having you on the podcast for your first time.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for having me on the podcast. It's
No,
great to be here.
awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, did you know when you came on with us that you'd be doing this kind of stuff?
No, I was not told about this at all.
Well, this is just kind of a surprise. We like to spring on people a little bit. But, you're one of our new and great staff that's joined us here at BIS and one of our new cybersecurity aficionados that I've learned. And that's why one of the reasons I wanted to have you on the podcast today, of course, our topic for today's podcast is cybersecurity. So diving right into it, Tejo, what do you think, in your opinion, is the most important rule for cybersecurity?
It's always be vigilant because you never know when you get a phishing email, and it's a slightest human error that leads to all the cyber attacks. Yeah, because we have cyber criminals that are trying to utilize the technology rapidly with AI being used now, deep fakes, all those AI technology that we've been seeing, those can be used adversarially as well. So it is we as consumers of those technology, we have to be vigilant on what we are clicking or replying to, or if we get any calls or video calls saying they are in a rush or they need help, validate it to ensure that we are only giving information or responding to the actual people that need us and not any deep fakes.
Absolutely. And Tejo, what is, probably the most common cyber threat that you're currently seeing or that you may have seen here in the last couple of months?
Phishing emails, a lot of them. So that's the best thing to get, and that's also human psychology. Anyone can text you. We always have our phones. We keep on checking our emails, text. So that's the easiest way cyber attackers get to us easily. Send us a couple of emails, link that looks like a legitimate Facebook login page, but once you click that, the backend code might be different, and in a snap, with one click, you get hacked. So the one that I'm seeing currently is the phishing emails and utilizing AI to have those look like legitimate emails.
Absolutely, Tejo. And, one of the big things, especially now with, tax season upon us, appeal season upon us, there's going to be a lot of things kind of circulating out there. For our clients, Tejo, what are some of the things, or what is the first step to follow if you think you've been cyber attacked or there's a possibility of one? What's the first step that our client should follow?
So the first step that they should follow is cut off the internet. So if you don't know how to do that, reach out to the IT immediately. Even if you are not sure, please reach out to the IT. Let them know that what is your concern, how you found out, or what difference are you seeing in your day-to-day activities. So the IT can quickly jump on, cut off the internet. We can schedule a site visit, see what's happening, ensure that we have all the logs to further investigate on what's going on, and make sure the attack is to a minimal and not spreading across.
Gotcha, Tejo. And how often, one of the big things when I've had Brandon Lewis on in the past, and he's kind of our another go-to guy that we go to for cybersecurity here at BIS. But one of the big things he always mentions, if not one of the top things, is backups, backups, backups. So how
Yes.
often, Tejo, should our clients, or how often should we, in general for everybody, how often should you back up your data?
So if I'm talking about our clients, I believe we have to get a daily backup. It depends on, again, client to client infrastructure, kind of services they have, kind of data that they are processing. It depends. So a minimum for our clients, it is at least have a backup a week. At the maximum, no longer than that. But have a backup minimum at least for a week, but we recommend having it daily. But if you talk about your personal, I would recommend if you have get it weekly or even monthly on your personal stuff. But depends. If I'm comparing for a bank, banks have a lot of data and they cannot be losing any data. So for them, it's every 1 hour, every 30 minutes, or there are different type of backups as well that we have to take. So it depends, but at least daily for our clients, a day.
Yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, Tejo, again, it's been great to have you on this edition of the podcast. Again, you're one of our new employees coming to BIS. Kind of before we go to final thoughts, right quick, I'd like to kind of, introduce you to the folks out there, that may not know you just yet. How did you find BIS, and what's your experience been so far since you just kind of went through your first 90 days?
Yeah, I've been loving it here. So I got it. I got to know BS from a mutual friend, and he told me about the organization. I applied, got an interview, but it's been like a good company because I haven't worked in this kind of setup. I've been loving the work that I'm doing. Yeah, and it's always fun at BIS. You work helping secure our clients, working, enjoying while you work as well.
Awesome, awesome, Tejo. Well, again, sir, we are proud to have you part of the team now. Now, any final thoughts on what we discussed today, or anything you'd like to mention to everybody listening out there before we kind of sign it off today?
When it comes to cybersecurity, it's not always we cannot be 100% secure, but we have to be 100% vigilant. It's up to us as consumers or users. We have to be vigilant on what we are trying to do because IT cannot be sitting next to each users every time. But it's as us, we have to be vigilant. It's not only the work data that is lost if we get attacked, it's our personal as well because we may be using those emails for our personal as well. So it's us as users, we have to vigilant. So please do not assume that a person that is sending email is a legitimate. Always look out for what domain they are sending from before you go ahead and click any links.
Awesome to hear, Tasia. Again, sir, thank you for being on for your first time here on the podcast. I know we'll have you back on more since you're kind of the guy now that we're going to be going to for cybersecurity talk. So I'm going to be great to be working with you and have you on here a couple of times throughout the year. And of course, you can always feel free to reach out. Ask for Tasia, ask for me if you have any questions or for backups. Again, you can always contact us at BIS at 800-247-9045, and also email us as well, IT support at bisconsultants.com, or even sales at bisconsultants.com. If you have any questions or concerns over backups or over cybersecurity and how BIS can help you. Well, Tejo, again, thank you, sir, so much for joining us here today, and have been appreciative of you, and can't wait to have you on next time.
Sure, Josh. Thank you for having me. It's been great.
No problem at all, Tejo. Again, thank you for all of you for joining us here today on the BIS podcast. For Tejo, I'm Josh Green saying until next time, so long and goodbye.